Hello and welcome to the Spark Museum of Electrical Invention. I'm Bill. I'm a docent here at the museum. That's just a fancy word for tour guide. And today we're going to take a virtual tour of the museum. Not by any means going to see all of the several thousand artifacts at the museum, but we're going to focus on one of the themes the museum is built around, and it's abbreviated STEAM. Science, technology, engineering. What do you think A stands for? Art, and M for mathematics. So again, we're going to take a virtual tour of art. So this is, you might call it a wormhole, but I call it 6 degrees of separation. This is an infinity portal. And you might be wondering how many rows of lights. Well, there's only one row of lights. There's 60 lights. They're each separated by 6 degrees of the circle. That makes 360 degrees in total. And this image is created by an optical illusion of 2 mirrors facing each other. The front mirror is a one-way piece of glass. So we get this optical illusion of an infinite length of tunnel that goes on forever. And now for something completely different. This looks a lot like an infinity portal, but it couldn't be any much more different. This is a lightning screen. And this is what the lightning screen looks like. It's a high voltage device, 15,000 volts. It's basically a capacitor, constant discharge. And here we have another lightning screen. It's a little bit different design, so the effect is a little bit different. It's kind of cool. It's also powered by a 15,000 volt transformer. This is a glorified continuous discharge capacitor, and here's what it does. Here we are in the museum store, and we've got another art object displayed up above here. This is called Singularity, and it's got only 12 lights, but they're made to go into the distance forever and repeat, because that inside mirror, this is another infinity portal, is a convex mirror, and so it's making the lights bend and then giving that effect. What we have here is a Jacob's ladder. This is another high voltage device. It actually had a use years and years and years and years ago in the early days of electricity. This used to be a device that would get rid of excess high voltage. They'd have this and there'd be excess voltage in the circuit, and they'd direct it to something like this, which would just dissipate it into the atmosphere. So this is just a art piece now. I built this for the museum about 6-7 years ago. And what it is a high voltage arc travels up between 2 electrodes. And when it gets to the top, it runs out of conductive material, so it disappears and starts again at the bottom. We present another infinity portal. This is a centerpiece in the museum that patrons just love. They love putting their nose prints on the front of it to see how far they can look into this tunnel of light. Technically, it goes on to infinity, but the light energy dies out about 16 feet back, so that's what you're looking at. We've actually had a few people, mostly adults, run around the other side of this wall and see where the light comes out. So once again, thanks for attending this virtual tour of the museum's art displays, and we look forward to seeing you in person and maybe on the internet in the near future. So until then, stay grounded,